Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Headaches and Hot Takes. I'm one of your hosts, Chaperian, alongside my main man, my co-host, Hearn, a.k.a. the Sultan of Salty Salami, a.k.a. Doctor Strange's lesser-known brother, Dr. Weird, a.k.a. the guy who gets his daily caffeine intake from McDonald's sweet tea, the Herniator. What's up, Hearn? How you doing, buddy?
That last point especially was accurate, pal. McDonald's sweet tea?
Yeah.
Oh.
I made that comment because I just learned this weekend how much caffeine is in McDonald's sweet tea. It's much more than I anticipated. Even for somebody who gets a lot of caffeine, like has a lot of caffeine every day.
I definitely don't. I don't even track my calories enough.
I don't track my calories either.
But yeah, so I'm definitely not going to track caffeine.
Are you having a lot of caffeine like every day? Are you drinking like caffeinated? Are you drinking the G Fuels every day, bro?
No, I mostly drink. I make tea at home, and it is decaf.
That's good. Okay.
Obviously, there's sugar in it, but as far as caffeine goes,
Yeah.
I guess probably not. I have maybe. If I have pop, it's like one a day, maybe. But honestly, I mostly just drink tea and water. So.
I do try to limit myself to 300 milligrams, which is about 2 G Fuels a day on average. But I will do 3, which is 450 some days. But I really, really need to not do that anymore if I can avoid it, because I was really screwing myself up there with caffeine for a while. I've had to wean myself off caffeine, like legitimately. Withdrawals, everything. I think I've tried 4 times. This most recent time, I only made it 5 days instead of the full week that I tried to make it because the headaches and the drowsiness was too bad. It was really bad.
Right.
So, anyways, I found out a G Fuel has 150 milligrams of caffeine. For context, a McDonald's sweet tea has 100. Like, what? There are plenty of drinks you will get at Starbucks with less caffeine than that.
Is G Fuel labeled energy? Is it an energy drink?
It's an energy formula.
Yeah. So then what's in an increment of 50, right? Because you said 100 to 150. Is that a lot different between 100 and 150? And it's still just like kind of surprising?
Notable,
or is it honestly
like
that much?
A shot of espresso has 75. So, like, again, to bring my favorite company, hashtag not a sponsor, hashtag could be, hashtag you know the drill, G Fuel back into it. That they have about 2 shots of espresso worth of caffeine. I like to look at it in terms of about shots. So, like,
Shot!
pretty accurate,
Everybody!
one time with a friend at Starbucks, we were taking a contest to see who would have the most shots of espresso. Just him and I. And I lost, but I had 13 shots of espresso. He had 14.
Your heart
and I
was about to explode.
What?
Your heart was about to explode.
I was hearing colors and seeing sounds, buddy. Like, I was like,
I fully believe that.
I was more paranoid than you can imagine as well, for no reason. Like, because I was like, okay, mind you, we're working while this is happening, by the way. Like, we're like serving people, but like, not my best idea. I did all that just to lose, by the way. 13 shots of espresso just to not win the competition. So
Nice.
Pretty lame.
Did he just like, you did 13, he did 14, and
he did 14. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. So that's what it was. Yep.
It's almost more satisfying beating somebody by 1 in whatever you're doing than like killing them. Just to show, like, buddy, I could have stopped forever ago, but I was going to outlast you no matter what.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'd agree with you. But you know what's really satisfying is beating the 49ers by 2 touchdowns and doubling up the Patriots. Did you double up the Patriots? What was the score?
31-17. So yes, we doubled them.
That was our score.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at us,
How
a couple
about
peas in the
that?
pod. All I'm going to say at the end of the day, our game doesn't help this fact, but yours does. AFC better than NFC.
AFC's so much better than the NFC, dude. Like, and here's the thing.
It's a powerhouse.
We won't talk, if you're not into sports, we're not going to talk much about this. Because we want to get into our subject early today, so we have the ability to give it the amount of time it deserves. But if you're an NFL fan, I think there are legitimately like 6 or 7 teams in the AFC that could win the Super Bowl without me being surprised. Yep. Whereas in the NFC, there are at most 3.
Maybe 3. Yep.
4 is pushing it, I think. Did you say 4?
No, I said 3.
Okay, because I think you go Eagles, Niners. Those are the like duh, and they could be anybody in the AFC. They really could on any given day. If they beat the Chiefs, if they beat the Bills, they beat the Bengals. I'm not surprised. They beat the Ravens, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But all those aforementioned teams could beat them. And then after that, I think you're getting iffy. Even with teams like the Lions, who I really hope do something this year. I would love to see the Lions do well, especially if the Bengals are out of it. Like, if you have something against the Lions, you have something seriously wrong with you. Like, even if you like an NFC North team.
Right. Yeah. I would love to see the Lions make a stir in the playoffs. That could be great.
I thought they might, and then the freaking Ravens boat raced them last week. So
yeah, but I don't know. We'll see.
Sometimes 49ers didn't look good today, and they could still win it all. So
right,
happens.
Yeah, sometimes you just look off.
But anyways, just so we can get back into it, do you have anything before we hop into our favorite weekly ritual?
Our favorite bit of the week, baby. Hot take of the week. What are the people? what should the people prepare for there, buddy?
Well, this week it's going to be me delivering the hot take of the week. Next week it'll be yours as we rotate it back and forth. I have 1 minute of the floor to myself to give as egregious of a take as I like without you chiming in, unless I call you in early. Other than that, that's it. The hot take comes and we debate it. Are you ready, sir?
Bring it, pal.
I got an easy one for you this week. No need to mute. No need to do anything. I don't know. It might be a minute or whatever, but you can chime in whenever you want because I would literally chime in whenever you want. You have my full permission. Okay. I
said that last week, and then I ranted for like 2 full minutes. So
well, I might be a minute. I might be over a minute, but you have my full permission to chime in whenever you want. Is what I'm saying. I might be over a minute. That's true, right. But you have my full permission. Okay. So, if you didn't know, well, I mentioned on the pod. So I guess if you've listened to the pod before, you would know I have been a vegetarian for 5 years. I actually recently broke vegetarianism, not due to any sort of lack of. Not because the original reasons that I went vegetarian were no longer valid or anything, but simply just because I missed the food too much. And it was beginning to weigh in on my mental health, which is not good because I was hating food. I was not wanting to eat anything, okay? And so, with that being said, I am eating whatever I want now, and I've gone on a chicken sandwich tour of all the places that I could possibly try them from.
Don't do this.
I'm not going to do anything. What?
Good.
Luigi's scratching at my door right now, begging to get in because you heard the mention of chicken. He loves chicken. Luigi, get out of here, kid. The ghost, who I guess came back to life, by the way, Luigi.
Yeah. He lives.
He lives. Here's the hot take of the week. Are you ready? The chicken sandwich wars were completely made up because the chicken sandwich wars have been over since before you and I are both born because the best chicken sandwich has been, and always will be the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yes.
The debate. Okay. There are no chicken sandwich wars. I told you. I was like, you're right for no reason. The Popeyes chicken sandwich, the chicken from Burger King, the McCrispy, whatever. None of them are better than Chick-fil-A. None of them.
No.
They're all fine. They're all good. Chick-fil-A is by far the best chicken sandwich on the market, and I'm not convinced that it ever won't be. There's something in that recipe that no one else can replicate, whether it be the cooking style, the breading.
Buddy, you don't even gotta explain it. It's God's chicken. It is so good. I worked at Chick-fil-A for around a year, and you hear a lot of times people when they work at specifically a fast food place.
I hate it.
I worked there. I'll never eat there again. I smelled it all day. Whatever. I ate Chick-fil-A every single shift for on my break or whatever. I got it. I would switch up a little bit. There's a lot of stuff there, but. Oh my gosh, dude! It is the most reliable fast food just in general.
So freaking consistent. It's never bad. I'm never afraid the employees are gonna stab me like I was at Popeyes. Right. It's great, dude. Literally, I went to Popeyes. It's the first time in like 7 or 8 years I've been to a Popeyes, and the employees like were getting into a verbal altercation at the drive-thru window while I was there. The rumors are true. Like the rumors are true about Popeyes.
That's awesome. That sounds like a skit, but it's real life.
Have you seen that skit of the Popeyes employees? They're like how they train them and they're like screaming at customers. It's a skit, but they're like, this is how they be training the employees of Popeyes. And I was like, yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to give you a quick rundown. Okay. The Popeyes chicken sandwich, fine. Totally fine. The Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich, I was absolutely so excited for. By the way, I've got a little guest. You see a little tail here. Luigi would not stop crying, so I let him in. He's just here getting some love and some pets. You might hear some purrs. He's harmless, I promise. I had the blackened chicken sandwich from Popeyes. It was probably the most disappointing one I've tried so far because I was so looking forward to it because I missed it when it first came out, obviously, because I wasn't eating meat at the time. I was like, oh, that looks so good. Well, it's back permanently now, and it freaking sucks. It's not that good. I've had Zaxby's again. I've had Bojangles again. tried the McDonald's, tried the Burger King, which they don't have the Chicken anymore. They have some, like, I think they're back to just like a regular, like, crispy chicken sandwich. Wendy's still has the same ones as always. They don't have anything. They didn't get it on like the hand breaded fancy chicken sandwich game, from what I can tell. It's possible I'm missing one that would change it, but nothing is even coming close to me saying, you know what, this is a better sandwich than Chick-fil-A. The chicken sandwich wars are propaganda. They're not real. They've been decided since before they'd even started. So that's the hot take,
100%. 100% agreed. I got one question and then one comment.
Okay.
What, if any, sauce are you dipping your sandwich in or putting on your sandwich?
So it kind of varies based off the place. At Chick-fil-A, I do like them with ketchup on it, which might be a hot take. I like them with ketchup. But for example, at Popeyes, they came with mayo, and so if they came with mayo already on it, I leave the mayo on, and that's fine with me.
Okay.
So, yep.
Have you tried Chick-fil-A sauce?
Yeah, I like Chick-fil-A sauce pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's really good on the Chick-fil-A sandwiches, but I do just prefer the tanginess. The vinegar in the ketchup is by far the part that I'm just like, I can't get past it. I need to have it. So my wife is obsessed with Chick-fil-A sauce. So, yeah, pretty good.
Love Chick-fil-A sauce.
I like my fries in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yes, I do both, which, whatever.
Yeah.
That was my question. My comment, I'm just so happy to have you. We on the omnivore side are so happy to welcome with open arms. With arms wide open.
Under the
sunlight. we welcome you, buddy.
I appreciate it. It's been good being back. I feel bad for the animals still, but I appreciate their sacrifice. I'm very thankful for their sacrifice. Hopefully nobody that is on the vegetarian side of things hates me. But after 5 years, man, it was like, man, I'm missing this food. By the way, did you ever have snack wraps from McDonald's?
I did, and are they back?
They're back at some locations.
Oh, they should have never gotten rid of them.
Never should have got rid of them.
I don't know why
they don't have the grilled
back at
ones,
some locations.
If you like the grilled. I liked the grilled ones as a kid.
I guess I got grilled, I think.
Yellow wrapper or white wrapper?
I can't even remember. It's been.
See, I remember vividly because they're my favorite fast food items. Snack wraps were my favorite. So I was back in my college town in West Virginia this weekend, and my friends that we were staying with were like, "Oh, just so you know, somehow it came up because we were across from a McDonald's at the Canova Pumpkin House. It's like a big pumpkin event they have every year with like 10,000 pumpkins, something like that. It's crazy, super fun. They're all carved. Anyways,
that's cool.
I wanted a sweet tea. I was just dying of thirst. And I was like, we should just go after this. And, dude, Luigi farted. Oh, God. Kid. What are you doing? Stinky butt?
I hope it was audible enough that your mic picked it up. But
it definitely wasn't audible because I didn't see it coming until it smacked me in the face. Anyways, it somehow came up. We were going to McDonald's, it was on the sign, and it was like Big Mac wraps are back, which those are back too at these locations, by the way. Which I never cared about the Big Mac wraps, didn't like them as much. I was like, man, I miss the snack wraps. They were my favorite. And my friends were like, they're back. I was like, huh? I've Googled it. I've searched my app and stuff. They're not local. I don't know if they're just like regional or what. When I got them this morning on the way back, it was like 11 a.m. I was like, I want snack wraps. I have to have them. They rang them in as Birthday Party A was the name of the item. Birthday Party A. So I think it's like a regional thing. Huh. If I had to guess, I would say they're regional.
Right. That's weird.
So, but they hold up, dude.
A.
They hold up.
Okay. I'll definitely will be looking into that to see if there's any around me because it's so good.
Ranch or honey mustard?
Ranch all day.
Yeah, all day. So I'm not a honey mustard fan, which is probably why I don't lean on the Chick-fil-A sauce so much, by the way, because it is honey mustard based.
Right.
So, but it's okay.
There are a few restaurants. Yeah. There are a few restaurants where if they don't have ranch, the honey mustard's fine. Applebee's, random, but Applebee's has great honey mustard, in my opinion.
I've never been as an adult and probably won't ever go as an adult to Applebee's.
But, bro, Dollar Eaters are back.
Yeah,
Dollar Eaters. It's $1. Is it really $1 first off? And second off, you know that's not good, right? Like, if you're offering a margarita for $1, which is what they're called, so I assume either they're this big, either they're the size of a shot.
Or you're lying about the price.
Yeah. But either way, it can't be good. I can't imagine it's good.
If you ever try them, you let us know, report back, okay? Just like you're supposed to do about In-N-Out.
Yep. Yes, I still need to do In-N-Out.
You still haven't done it? You whore.
No.
Yeah, that's right. I straight up called you a whore.
I was looking at one not too long ago. We were out, and I was at a red light, and I looked to my left, and it was sitting there. I was like, I could go over there right now.
It's on my bucket list, bro. I've tried a bunch of... Dude, I've been going crazy since I went back into meat. Because I've missed all this stuff. I've missed all the fast food. I just have. So I've had just about everything since I've been back. Oh, so by the way, to update our burger conversation, Wendy's still the best fast food burger, quality-wise, that I've had.
Okay.
It is. Cookout did not hold up to my memory of it. Very disappointed in Cookout. So, happy I didn't vouch for it too hard. But
I'll have to try In-N-Out, and we'll update.
I need to know. I need to know.
And,
I want it so badly one of these days. I do.
And one of these days, y'all will come down for a visit, and we'll
I
get
will.
a burger.
I will. Like, first stop when we get there. Wheels hit from the airplane. Wheels hit the ground. Straight.
We got it in the airport, not like last week. We got one in airports. It's like McDonald's down here.
No way. I know.
So, yeah. So it's
heck yeah, man. In-N-Out in the airport. You're kidding me.
No, Whataburger.
Whataburger. That's what I was going to say. That's the Texas one. So I was shocked. I thought you were
Yes.
saying the In-N-Out was in the airport. I do want to try that too. I want to try both. So.
Right. Well, there you have it, pal. I think it's a great. It's a honest. It's a true take. It's a fact.
That's
it's not even a take. It's a fact.
That's as factual of a take as you're going to get. It's not as good. I need to try the Wingstop chicken sandwich. Have not made my way there. If it's noteworthy, I will update.
Okay.
I doubt that it's much better than any of the competitors I've tried. So, like Zaxby's and stuff, man. Ooh, Zaxby's is still really good.
Woo.
But it's not better than Chick-fil-A. Sorry.
I like it, pal. Do you want to tell the people what we're in for this week?
Yes. So this is week 2 of our Halloween special episodes. Probably should have said something before we got, 18, 19 minutes into the episode. But as this is going up right at Halloween time, this is our second Halloween special episode. If you're listening to it later in the week, maybe you participate in some of these activities and you have comments, very recent, iterations of these comments to update us on. Give us your thoughts. But what we're doing this week is making a definitive headaches and hot takes tier list of Halloween activities.
Okay. So, okay. I like it.
You act
I didn't
shocked.
know if we were gonna.
You act shocked. You're like, okay, yeah, good to know.
I thought we said that we were gonna give our eat. Like I was gonna say this is a blank, and you were gonna say this is a blank. And we were supposed to have our own.
That's what we're gonna do. We made that decision last second. I forgot. We are gonna do that. That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So that's why you acted shocked, is because I changed the script on you last second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. If that's what you want to do, then we'll
I think we anticipate some disagreement, and so that we're not leveling out everything to where like, oh, I love this, oh, I hate this, so it gets middle.
Right.
We are each going to give our own opinions on this. So
what we have here, we've got some classic, what we called Halloween activities, festivities. You're not doing these things really any other time.
I'm not doing them as of November 1st for almost all of these.
Yeah, there are a couple that you could technically do well into November. They're half fall activities, but most of these are strictly Halloween. And we're gonna go through and put them on a tier list, and we'll see where we stand at the end of our little tier list making. So, you go ahead, buddy. You pick one of these subjects.
I'll lead us in.
Tell us a little bit.
So we are ranking them S tier being the best, supreme, right, superior, whatever it is, and then A, B, C, D, right? You did what?
I thought S was super.
Okay, I said superior. I mean, I think that's where super.
I like superior. That's fine.
Superior.
Yeah.
So yeah, S through, we could say F tier, but I doubt any of these are F tier. We're not gonna have a need for an F tier. We're just not. I don't think, anyways. So
Right.
First subject up is a classic. Honestly, one of the Halloween activities that you think of first: haunted houses. What are your thoughts, sir?
I absolutely love haunted houses. And first off, I'm gonna bundle haunted houses and haunted trails in the same thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
There was one when we were in Morgantown. We went to shout out Fright Farm in Pennsylvania somewhere. It was a short drive from Morgantown. Last year we flew to West Virginia. We're there for a little bit. We drove up to Morgantown almost explicitly to then go to Fright Farm. Like Fright Farm, it's amazing, dude. They do it so well. It's like it takes you over an hour to get through everything. Some haunted houses suck. Some
like
haunted
5
houses
minutes sometimes. I'm like, what the?
Yes, dude. We went to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
I know about this. Is it bad?
It was terrible, dude.
No
it
way.
was terrible.
I know about this one.
They had a lot of money invested in it. You could tell they had a lot of big animatronics and stuff. Like the environment was cool, but I think it was literally like $50 to get in. I promise you, we were done in 10 minutes. Like it was. We walked out of there saying like we will never do this again.
Even a little scary.
No,
I
didn't think so.
jump in here and just get this
Yeah,
out
go
of
ahead.
the way, because this is going to be a recurring theme for me throughout this episode. I'm not going to tank very many of these activities because I do find them good. But if you are like, I love haunted houses, which I kind of do. I think they're fun.
Okay.
But I will never go out of my way to do them. My wife will never do them. She does not enjoy scary activities, right? But if you find them fun, aren't you like kind of defeating the purpose then? You're not being scared at all if you find them fun, I imagine, right? Or is the fun like, oh, I get scared? I'm like, okay, then if you're actually scared, you wouldn't sign up for it, I feel like. You know what I mean?
I like, if you do, I think very rarely, you're going to get me catching off guard, which I think that's how
That's
most
the only
people,
way you can get me.
Yeah, right. Most people going through a haunted house, they aren't like actually scared of the whatever. It's when the dude comes around the corner, you weren't expecting.
Just jump scare.
You might get me. I'm gonna laugh good. You got me. My wife will unclutch my hand and go running, and I'm laughing at her. And of course, she's the one, because she reacts that way. They're chasing her.
Oh yes.
The moment we walk into a haunted house, every time my wife is singled out, like, okay, we're gonna scare her, because she gives big reactions. So then I just sit there and laugh at her most of the time. So yeah, that is a fair point you said. But I think haunted houses can either be fantastic or terrible. I think most often than not, though, is at least like, okay.
What was that big one in Beckley? Do you remember?
Glade, I think.
Yeah, but what was it called? It was Glade. I can't remember what it was called.
Fright Nights. Fright Nights.
I remember it right as you said it. Fright Nights is pretty solid. I liked Fright Nights.
Yes, we went out there one time. I liked it. Tala, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, sucked. We'll never go back. We haven't found one around here since we moved, which is honestly kind of a shocker, because we love haunted houses so much. So I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will next year. But me personally, I love haunted houses. I'm putting that at S tier, buddy. I think that is like
dude.
That is the Halloween.
Start the thing.
That is the, like, when I think of Halloween, I'm like haunted trails, like haunted houses. Like, I think that's an S tier all day.
I have trouble figuring out where I'm going to give this on the tier list. This is one of the ones I think I'm going to struggle with, because I don't dislike them. It's at best a B tier for me. I think I'm going to have to stick with B tier. This is a B tier. This is a B tier Halloween activity. Just because, if nothing else, for what you mentioned, you're getting a varying level of these that could literally dictate the entire experience. If your first ever haunted house was this one that you paid a lot of money for and was very disappointed by, you might be very inclined to never go back to another one ever again, right?
Right. That's fair.
And so you would be like, oh, terrible, waste of money, D tier. So it sounds like there is some volatility to these, right? So I'm going to say B tier.
I think that's fine. Yes, I think it's fine, because the you can't control how good they are. So
not at all.
It's even one of those things, like, you can't go and say, like, I'm gonna have a good time no matter what. If the thing sucks, you stand outside in line for 3 hours before you get in. It's just not gonna be a good time. Yeah. So yeah, I could see it. I'd throw it at S, but maybe I'll change once we talk more about these. Okay. We've got 6 more to talk about. So
yes, sir. You want to lead in the next one?
So the next one, we got trick or treating, which is a classic.
Probably the individual classic, the thing.
The thing. Well, yes. For I guess even as an adult, like, because you got to decide if you're going to give out candy or not.
Yep.
I spoke first on haunted houses, so you give your thoughts first on trick or treating.
That's fair. I think there's absolutely nothing to complain about with it. How could you not like trick or treating, even as an adult? But you do have to spend $10, $15 maybe to get out some candy. Which, by the way, I've never done.
What?
And I still don't get any.
Yeah, you can tell you've never done it. Did you say you've given out just $10, $15, bro?
Is it that much more?
In this economy?
Is that much more?
Trick or treating, where are you putting it?
S tier. It is. It's S tier, bro.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to throw some things at you.
You're going to say trick or treating is worse than haunted houses?
Dude, the number of
or
times
less good?
You would have those people that would just, like, give out terrible candy. There was at least one house on every block that gave out
You ignore it because there's so much months worth of good candy regardless.
Maybe. If it's raining, the whole thing's, like, canceled.
It only rained, like, one time, when I was doing it. Ever.
It mostly snowed.
It never snowed during when I... What?
We were
like the same age. It never snowed on me.
Before I moved from West Virginia...
Yeah.
By the time I had moved, I think at least 3 Halloweens had gotten straight up canceled because of snow.
I don't recall any of this.
Maybe it was like after we were trick or treating. Obviously, I would
Yeah,
think.
that's possible, but who cares at that point? That's not your memory. Worry about the possibility of snow. You know how small of the country has to worry about the possibility of snow during trick or treating?
I would assume a decent chunk. What, 20%?
20% is probably fair.
Okay, that's
But how much snow does it take
That's
to
a chunk.
cancel trick or treating? A lot. It could snow and still be fine.
But are you going to enjoy it?
It's worth it for the
trick-or-treating-
end result if you're the kid doing it. Absolutely. And if you're the adult, it doesn't matter either way.
You're trick or treating
So.
in a Ninja Turtle costume.
I did do that once, yes.
Of course you. I knew it.
Yeah.
And it's snowing. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be
Real
cold. I'm
quick.
not saying that. Yeah,
What did you go as for Halloween some years? Name some costumes.
dude. The most embarrassing one by far. I was a Bionicle. You remember Bionicles?
That is kind of funny. Yeah, I remember Bionicles.
It was such
Were
a
you at least a
dork move,
red
dude.
Bionicle? Were you a cool one?
I think I was the red one. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
That's random as heck.
That's definitely
bro.
my most embarrassing one. I'd say is a Bionicle. Yeah.
I went as blue for Blue's Clues twice when I was both, I
That's
think,
good.
3 and 4.
Nice.
Power Ranger one year, SPD,
Of course.
if you remember those ones.
No,
You might be able to troll for those because I think that was like the last year that I watched it. I was a King. I was pro wrestler Jeff Hardy one year. I was Sting one year. That was in middle school. I was
Sting?
trick or treating. Sting, yeah, pro wrestler.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a pretty
Okay.
cool one. They've turned out pretty cool too, and I spray painted my hair black and stuff.
Okay.
Trying to think what else. Ninja Turtle, like I said, that was one that I went as and stuff. I did go as Jason one year.
Dope.
Yeah, not bad. And then I think that's all I can really remember. I'm sure I'm missing one of that. Oh, I was a football player one year.
Okay. I was like a
Literal
boxer
Washington
one year.
Redskins
Yeah.
player.
Okay.
Rest in peace
Okay.
to that team.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Who
I-
they?
I'd probably put trick or treating. I'm not saying it's like B or below. I'd probably put it A tier because it is good. Candy
Worse
can
than
sometimes
haunted
suck.
houses. It's not as good as haunted houses.
That's probably more as an adult, like recency bias, like everything. But yeah, I'm gonna put personally for me. I put
Dang,
I like haunted houses
it's a
better.
personal
Than,
list. Do what you want.
yeah. I'll put an A. I'd say A.
I'll
That's-
never
that's all.
have memories associated with Halloween that top trick or treating. I never will. Those will
I
always
already-
and forever be my best Halloween memories ever.
I already don't remember most trick or treating. So
Well, I'm not saying I remember like this specific house and this specific year. I'm just saying like in general, it was the best. That's kind of like me saying like Christmas. I'm never gonna have a holiday experience so good that I like that holiday more than Christmas. It's never gonna happen.
okay, that's
So,
fair.
yeah, it's got to be S tier, bro. If that's not an S tier, I mean that's actually crazy to me. So
Wild.
whatever.
Next, definitely not an S tier. Gosh, I give up. Normally you burp all night. Now I'm burping.
Yeah, suck it. You keep that in.
No, I'm cutting it out. Definitely not an S tier, in my humble opinion. Halloween parties. First off, let's say if we are doing two separate lists of like a work-related Halloween party, F.
Ugh.
Probably terrible.
Keep it off the list, bro. I would not go. I would find a way
no,
to not go. I
no.
would not.
But like a friend get-together Halloween party, it can be fun.
How many people are invited? It matters.
Yes,
it matters.
that is
if we're
probably
talking
the most important
40
factor.
people, I will not be there.
No.
I'd
If it's
rather
like 10,
not. I don't want to socialize that much. I'm good.
10 to 15, I'll come. I'll show up.
10 to 15. That's probably my max. 15. Yeah.
Yep.
And I
If
say
you're
this, I've not
getting
been
to-
to one as an adult. I might have went to one my freshman year of college, actually. I can't really remember. I've not dressed up as an adult. I can tell you that. But it's just not my thing, dude. Like, the only reason I'm going to give Halloween parties some grace is because they like to dress up as an adult when you otherwise don't get the opportunity unless you're one of those people that dresses up to hand out candy, which is fine. That's okay to do. You can dress up to hand out candy, but it's just not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and step in here and say that I would have Halloween parties as a C tier activity. They are C tier.
I think C is honestly generous. I would be fine if you said D.
Ooh, man, you're going to give it D tier.
I'd probably put C. It so vastly depends on how many people are there.
It does.
If
And
my
like
best
the
friend
vibes,
is
too.
throwing
everyone
it-
getting like
Yeah.
plastered, right?
Right.
Because I mean that's not my thing, first of all, right? And so I'm not even interested in the first place. Especially if
Right.
people are gonna be like, come on, stuff like that. I'm like, dude, just let me be here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
let me be
Yep.
here listening to music and eating my finger foods,
Yep.
But I do want to dress up as an adult at some point. And maybe when we have kids that go trick-or-treating, we will do, like, family costumes. Like, I would love to be the Belchers.
That'd be
Bob's
cute.
Burgers one year.
That'd be cool.
While your kids are young enough to where they're okay with it. But that's the thing. I want to be able to dress up at some point. So we'll see.
Me and my wife and I, whatever it is. I don't care. Nobody cares. Whoever would correct me on
when
that.
said the curtains were blue.
Oh my god. In undergrad, we went to a Halloween party. I think there was like 8 people there. And
That's like
me
a
and my
okay
wife
amount.
dressed as we were dressed as white chicks from the movie White Chicks. Dude, we had like flamingos, like we had them like wrapped around us and
So
stuff.
cool though.
Dude, I wore what wasn't cool was I was in like white leggings.
I mean, whatever.
Whew. No, it was not whatever. It was uncomfortable. It was terrible.
That's fair. Yeah.
Which, granted, they were like Halloween leggings, probably cost like $5. Is more or less like pantyhose. But good, God bless to anyone out there wearing pantyhose/leggings on the regular,
Good for
because
you.
those things were uncomfortable.
It doesn't affect them as much as it would affect us, though, for obvious reasons. So
Yep,
I will say-
I'll agree with Tier.
I like
C-tier.
the creative Halloween costumes as adults, by the way. Like, there's some that I've seen adults have that you would never see. For example, I saw on Twitter today, there was this time in spring training for MLB in like 2001 or 2003, one of the 2 years, where a pitcher hit a bird. You ever see that?
Yes.
He pitches it and he hits the bird. Mm-hmm. Night for the bird, obviously. A couple went as that pitcher, and he had like the hair because he had like a mullet, and he had the mustache. He went as that pitcher, and his wife went as like a bloodied bird.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
that's
something
so
like that.
creative and clever, dude. Like, good for you for thinking about that. Like,
I'm gonna shout out
Yeah.
second week in a row. I'm gonna shout out our buddy Treads, dude. Him
Wow.
and his now wife. They for the
They always
past
do
like 3
something, right?
years. Yeah, this year I believe they were Shrek. He was Shrek and she was Fiona.
no way. How cool.
I think it was last year. They were Dumb and Dumber.
Also believe that, yeah. I think
Yeah.
maybe I saw that. I don't got Instagram much, so.
Yeah, I can't remember. There was another one for sure, but yeah, like they pretty consistently deliver. So
And see, and
yeah,
you do stuff as an adult for Halloween parties that you, like, as kids, you're buying the crappy Walmart costumes, so it's just not as fun. I don't know. So for that reason, I'm going to say Halloween parties. They're not bottom tier. I'm going to say C tier.
I like it. Let's move on.
Let's move on. You move on. You do it.
I said let's.
You.
A bump up, baby. Oh gosh, so many of these things. It's so dependent on the thing itself.
It is.
For
It absolutely
instance,
is. This is why
scary
I'm not going to
movies.
give it a high. I'm not giving this a high tier. I'm not going to because of
Dude,
that.
scary movies. Sincerely, if I'm picking a genre movie, I'm picking thriller first off, not horror.
Okay, thriller versus horror is a big difference. I don't even think thrillers make the list for scary movies. If I'm saying scary movies, they don't.
I think thriller. I think movies that are described as thrillers, quote, more often scare me than movies
Sure.
that are horrors. I'm more scared of a home invasion than I am
Big
a
time.
hoofed demon running across my ceiling at night.
Big time.
So thrillers, I go for thrillers. I like the
Taken,
movies where I can put
for
myself
example.
in there. Taken, fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, because that's a scary.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a scary concept. Stuff like that makes me feel the bumps in my chest.
Yes. I will say there are scary movies like Sinister. Brilliant.
Don't know anything
Because, dude, Sinister is, it's like stuff that could happen to you. It's people breaking into your house and slitting your throat in the middle of the night. Stuff that could happen.
Yeah. See,
so
that's
that
real
scares me.
stuff. I'm an anxious soul, dude. I'm an anxious person. So like the demon stuff, I feel like, and you sound like you're this way too. I feel like we're both intelligent enough to be like, this is dumb and pointless because it would obviously never happen. And then the real stuff, I'm like, this could happen, and I don't need to think about it any more than I already do when I'm laying up in the middle of the night and my cat knocks something off my counter, and I think 3 burglars are in my house to kill us. Like,
Yes. You gotta get
so
some
that's
scary
I'm good.
cameras.
I'm good with that scary movies, bro. I just am. I liked him as
You
a
need-
teenager to be cool and quirky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, and I wasn't even
Stop.
scared.
Stop. I got grounded in middle school because I went over to a buddy's house and we watched. At that time, it was like the newest A Nightmare on Elm Street, and it was rated R, and we weren't 18, whatever you're supposed to be. I got grounded.
Dude, I'm gonna tell on myself here with my dad
Uh-oh.
who listens to the podcast. Yeah, I would do
Uh-oh.
the same thing. One of my good friends, when I stayed the night at his house, he was huge on scary movies. He'd be like, let's watch this. And I'm like, my parents would kill me if they knew we were going to watch that scary movie, bro. That's definitely always rated R. Because he never wanted to watch the PG-13 ones. Which sometimes those were good because they were more psychological. Like Insidious is more like... Those were decent movies. The original, the first two were
Insidious.
decent anyways. I saw the first two.
Yep.
I've not seen them. They have like 5 now. Like, my God.
One like just now came out, yeah.
I know. And I'm like, they're still making Insidious movies? I saw the first 2. I didn't find them scary, but I found them like kind of interesting. But it was never those kinds of movies. He was always like, let's watch the one where they like show the murders. I'm like, okay. We'd stay up playing Call of Duty and doing that until 3 a.m.
There you go.
Fun times.
I think that's a point you have to give, though, specifically to movies like Insidious. Insidious overall is a demon movie. The big bad is literally a hoofed demon.
Yeah.
But there are moments like the beginning of the film where the little spooks are like, the mom's downstairs while the baby's napping and she hears voices on the baby monitor. That gives me chills just like thinking about it.
No. It's too fantasy based. The whole movies are. And I know going into
to hear voices over your baby monitor?
Because of the idea of going into that movie knowing it's like, oh, demons in your house. I'm like, whatever. Dude. But I come in and I know.
I don't think you knew that. Okay, well, I'm not like, at that moment, in that exact moment, I'm not thinking like, oh, like, what if a demon was speaking to me through the baby monitor? And I'm thinking like, what would I do if at 3 in the morning I'm hearing like, coming through the baby monitor? I'm going to freak out.
Yeah. Okay.
So, overall, all that to say, scary movies.
If you say ST, I'm going to come through the camera and choke you right now. They're not
I wasn't going to go S because so often they're so bad.
There's so many terrible ones. There's so many that are just like not worth existing. There's so many bad ones.
Give me thriller over horror all day. So
I agree with that.
I'd say B.
I'm going to say C, which is probably generous. Because like as an adult, I've not seen one, and I probably won't see anymore unless my kids just somehow take a liking to that.
If you want
an adult to get into the theater,
if you want a literally funny one to watch, *Malignant*, which I know you've heard of. James Wan, the guy who did Insidious. Maligma. James Wan, who did Insidious, he did Aquaman. He had a decent record. I was like, okay, made a scary movie, another scary movie. I'll watch it. *Malignant*, dude, I literally laughed. I laughed out loud watching
Insidious. I did. The original Insidious.
It's so stupid, dude. It's so stupid. So yeah, that's one for you. If you ever want to be like, this is so stupid, there you go.
No sir. C tier. Moving on. What about when you want to watch some college football and it's Saturday and you hear, babe, can we just go take pictures for Instagram?
In the backyard? Oh, you want us to drive?
At the
you want to drive?
You
want to drive an hour? You want to drive an hour away?
An hour away to where there's no one, by the way. The one in Cincy was pretty fun, I will say. We did one last year. I kind of liked it. It was during Michigan's bye week. But they had like a market and stuff and a corn maze. I was like, that's okay. But if you haven't caught on, because I don't think we officially said it yet, the discussion here is pumpkin patches. So,
if you're a white girl, you're probably screaming, S-tier!
Probably
S-tier! No, it's not. I honestly don't think I know as an adult, I've never gone to a pumpkin patch. We have talked this year about going to one, which
how disloyal to your own skin color. Respect our culture.
I would rather, literally everything else you mentioned so far, I'd rather do than go to a pumpkin patch. And you might not say that with scary movies.
I would not say that.
I would rather do everything else we've said. I would rather go trick-or-treating as an adult and be that guy that you get those weird looks than go to a pumpkin patch.
Dude. With a mask on, if you're short enough, you totally could go as an adult.
Oh, yeah. Dude, midgets?
That's not the proper
dwarfs?
term. Little people, bro.
Peter Dinklage is thriving right now.
Did he say midgets?
I don't know. I just know apparently he's like the whole reason that there aren't actual dwarfs in the next Snow White coming out.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
So I'm not cast a dwarf for that. How did you even get on this subject? Anyways,
you going trick or treating as an adult and how dwarfs get
you brought up. Off. Okay, yeah. You said okay. Anyways,
unseen pro of being a dwarf. You could go trick or treating your whole life and get away with it. Or just really short.
Yeah.
So Pumpkin Patch, I'm giving it like a D tier, buddy. It's down
The
there.
worst thing on here for you,
So far.
probably?
So far, yes. But definitely for me so far.
Dang, son. I'm... bro. I'm going to say B. I am going to say B. I don't think it's A tier. I think it's probably a B tier for me. It's definitely better than scary movies, and it's definitely better than adult Halloween parties. Because it's fine. You can take your kids to it. They'll have fun. They'll pick their own pumpkin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's fine. And, like, I don't have a bad time as an adult either. It's not, like, riveting. I'm not, like, living it up per se. But it's a fine time as an adult. So B tier, pumpkin patches for me.
All right. Well, going hand in hand with that almost.
Hand in hand. After you do the pumpkin patch,
What do you do? What do you do with said pumpkins?
you eat them.
Yeah. You cut them open and gut them.
That's true. You do have to do that.
Pumpkin carving, I think it's fun. You could sit there and do it, and you pick your pumpkin. That's a little fun. Whether you go to Walmart and pick your pumpkins, or you go to a pumpkin patch, you pick your pumpkin, come home. You got to decide what you're gonna do. You throw on some Halloween movie in the background, and you just sip on some snacks, have some cookies, and sip on some snacks.
Make a design.
That's what you do, and you carve a pumpkin, and I think it's fun.
It's definitely good for kids. They can feel happy. Like, I always remember being like, oh, this is so cool. I remember one year I did, like, a Gengar pumpkin. I was in, like, 9th grade, 8th grade. And I remember being like, dang, son, like, that's not a bad pumpkin. That's a solid pumpkin. That's a solid pumpkin. But for me, I'm not very artistic. I struggle with that kind of stuff. And I'm also very bad at creating what I'm going to do. I've had some pretty niche ones the last 2 years. The last year I did the Bengals helmet, which that was hard. And it came out good. It came out really good. And so that was an interesting one. The year before I did Mr. Game & Watch because I was playing a lot as him in Super Smash Bros. At the time. But in general, I struggle to come up with what I'm going to do. And the idea of, I'm going to do this really cool, awesome, different thing is always better than the actual practice of making it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not great at pumpkin carving because I'm not artistic, but it's fun. But, like, for the same reason that I don't see a ton of movies every year, in case you didn't know, if you're new to the show, I don't watch a ton of movies because my attention span is too short. I don't love pumpkin carving, if that makes sense.
Okay. So where are you putting it?
We had plans to do pumpkin carving this weekend when I hung out with my friends. I audibly sighed whenever they told me that. And they actually ended up not happening because we ran out of time. And so I remember I was like, oh, okay. I was like, do we have time? They're like, we have time. I'm like, okay. And then we didn't have time.
You didn't?
No, we didn't have time either. I hate to crowd this tier, bro, but it's B tier, bro. It's a B tier activity for a B tier holiday. How about that? Compared to Christmas, Christmas is the end all be all.
Okay, yes. So if Christmas is S,
Thanksgiving has great vibes.
Thanksgiving's too stressful.
Football.
Thanksgiving, the only good thing is the food and football. Family specifically makes Thanksgiving too stressful.
Oh gosh, dude,
it's not worth it.
That sounds like a you problem.
That sounds like a most of the nation problem.
That is a most of the nation problem. That is not an uncommon thing. You're right. Yeah. That's a lot of people. A lot of people feel that way. You're right.
The holidays are literally the most stressful time of the year.
Most depressing time of the year to a lot of people. So.
Yep. So yeah, for me it goes Christmas, Halloween.
Okay. Well, if Christmas is S tier, this is at best A tier. Can't both be S tier. Come on.
That's fine. If that's your
so I said B tier for a B tier. I'm only one tier off from you.
I just disagreed. I still disagree.
Well, how dare you disagree on our show about disagreeing?
Yes, I'm going to say pumpkin carving is also a B, but not for a B holiday.
All right.
Finally.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, because yeah.
It was my idea, and it sounds like we're going to disagree pretty heavily on this one.
Maybe.
But it's not truly a Halloween activity, but it's a sign that Halloween activities are around the corner. And these will almost certainly be a part of your Halloween activities. Pumpkin spice flavored objects or pumpkin flavored objects. What say you, Hearn?
The most I've ever dabbled in this is Dairy Queen used to have like a pumpkin pie.
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Slapped. It was so good.
It was pretty good. And then for some reason that started giving me, bro. At some point in my life, my body just said "screw you," and it started like if I got a pumpkin pie blizzard, I had an acid reflux for like the next 5 hours. It was not worth it.
Again, you problem.
What? Oh, this whole thing is personal.
It is, yeah, I'm just messing with you.
I think I don't. I'm not a coffee guy. I don't drink coffee ever, so I'm not going to get your pumpkin spice lattes.
Though.
I'm not going to get. So what? I mean, surely you can get just about anything pumpkin or pumpkin spice flavored this time of year. If
I've had like so many different pumpkin spice things, you might be surprised.
Go ahead, because
like
I've had literally none.
I've done protein drinks, protein bars. I've done what? I had one in my mind that I was just thinking about recently. Oh, pretzels. Dude, you can do anything. There's little cookies.
What is a pumpkin spice bagel like?
Well, it's like the cinnamon crunch bagels from like Panera, that kind of vibe.
You said you didn't like Panera.
I don't love Panera. Cinnamon crunch bagel is by far the best one. It's only the most unique. But if I had to get Panera bagels, it's probably a bad day.
What is happening here? You're like,
I don't get sweet bagels. I don't get sweet bagels usually. But I tried. I didn't even say I love the pumpkin spice bagels. I just said I had them, tried them. They exist.
But you gave that as an example. Like, if I said, "Oh, I love blankety blank," like Panera, they do a thing that you think it's good. You're saying no. Honestly, it's not that good. So then, why'd you pick Panera?
It just makes me think of the cinnamon crunch bagels they have. The pumpkin spice bagels were like a sweeter, cinnamony, nutmeggy bagel.
So where else can you get a pumpkin spice-ish bagel that is better
I'm not sure.
than Panera? You're saying...
I didn't get it at Panera. I didn't get it at Panera. Hold on, I didn't get it at Panera.
Okay, so where'd you get it? That's what I'm asking.
I think I got it at Trader Joe's. At a store. What? What could you possibly have to say in response to that?
I don't think this is going to be a shock, I guess. I don't think I've ever set foot in a Trader Joe's. Is it like grocery?
It's a grocery store, yeah.
Literally, for some reason, it's like that stigma or whatever, that genre. I think of like Rural King when I think of Trader Joe's. So I'm like, they have food.
No, what? It's a grocery store.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
Okay.
You ever come up to the Queen City, we'll take you to Trader Joe's.
Wow. If you come down here, I'm taking you to Whataburger. If I come up there, you take me to Trader Joe's.
Come up here, I'll take you to Raising Cane's. Not as good as Chick-fil-A, by the way. I forgot to mention them earlier. Had it. It's good. Not as good as Chick-fil-A.
Uh-huh.
I'll take you to White Castle. White Castle.
I'm sad.
Where else? Grater's Ice Cream. Skyline Chili.
The only place I'm interested in that is the store where you buy all your foreign foods.
Jungle Jim's.
Jungle Jim's.
That place slaps. How did I forget to mention that? Yeah. Cincinnati's a great weekend place, but that's besides the point right now of what we're talking about. Pumpkin spice flavors, things are an 8 tier. That's my guess. They're 8 tier, bro. They're the second best thing on here for me. They're the second best thing on here for me. They are.
You listed things like bagels, and then only listed bagels that apparently weren't good.
I like pumpkin spice chai.
And you're a bagel guy. You like bagels, and you were saying this bagel's not that good. So how
I was just saying all I said in the first place is I've had a lot of pumpkin spice flavored things. That's not one of the like repeat
but
ones.
Then you chose bagels, and then you also chose to say where you got that bagel. You said
just mentioning it.
What kind it was, how good it was. You went on that branch. Nobody forced you there. So
from my perspective, replay the tape. You were like, bro, bagels? That's what happened. And I was like, yeah, I had a pumpkin spice bagel. And you're like, what does that taste like? You took me there.
Okay, I may have asked like where. I don't even know if I asked where. I might have asked where.
No, you didn't ask where. I compared it to a bagel from Panera, and so you assumed it was from Panera. And I was like, no, they're not from Panera. That's when Trader Joe's came out.
You're like, you said it was at Panera.
What?
I thought you said it was at Panera.
I leaned closer like I don't have headphones on. No, it's not at Panera.
It's like when you're driving and you need to find something so you turn your volume down that way you can see better.
Huh?
That was synced for us, which means it's not going to be synced in the recording, which sucks. I'm going to have to cut.
I don't think it was synced for us. I think it was a little off. So there you go. Wasn't for me, at least. Anyways.
I'm giving pumpkin spice. Dude. I sincerely
you don't like coffee, so I can't tell you a good coffee drink to get with it. Do you like chai tea?
Never had it.
Pumpkin spice chai tea will change your life if you like tea. If you like iced tea drinks. Iced tea lattes, I should say.
No, latte.
Pumpkin spice chai tea, bro. There's no coffee in it. It's a tea latte.
I hear latte, I think coffee.
But there are tea lattes as well. Latte basically just means like with milk. So like technically lattes are cafe lattes, coffee with milk. There are also tea lattes that are less common. But in America, if you just say I want a latte, you mean coffee. Yeah.
Right. It's confusing. I don't
Chai tea
have
latte,
the time.
Spice, baby.
I don't have the time to learn this convoluted construct.
You don't need to. Just go ask for a nice chai with pumpkin spice. You will not regret it. No.
For me personally, it's the worst thing on this list.
Goodness sakes, dude. Pumpkin pie? That counts, right? Or is that too separate?
Pumpkin pie sets off my stupid esophagus. I used to love it. I love pumpkin pie. I still would love it. Pumpkin rolls, love it. But I can't do it. I literally can't. Unless I take Pepsid beforehand.
There you go.
So, yeah, I'm putting pumpkin spice pretty darn low, pal. Sorry about it.
How low?
Probably D.
D tier. My goodness. Second best thing on this list for me.
Most Halloween seasons, I will make it through. Unless you say, hey, if we were in the same city right now and you said, hey, I'm coming over, I'm going to bring this. I want you to try this pumpkin spice flavored black, whatever. I would try it. On my own, I'm not having pumpkin spice 10 out of 10 Halloweens. Dang. I'm just not.
Candy corn stuff, though.
Yes. There's candy corn around here.
Candy corn flavored G Fuel right now is slapping, bro.
Gosh. You rep G Fuel really hard for them to not be a
sponsor. They could rep me too. I would let them.
They need to check the tape.
I gotta stop simping so hard, bro.
Simp? Squirrels in my pants. Tell me what's making you jump like that. S-I-M-P squirrels in my pants.
God, not Florence, living in France.
She can't see the squirrels in my pants. That's stupid.
We're dumb, dude. We're some dumb guys. I hope you enjoyed our list if you're listening to this. So, we've got haunted houses for me. We'll just run through the list maybe one more time to give an overview. I had haunted houses, I believe, as... Where did I have
most B?
Houses?
I think you had them at a B.
I think B. Most of the list was B. Haunted houses at B tier. Trick-or-treating at S tier. Halloween parties as C tier. Scary movies as... Did I say C or D? Did I say D? Did I tank them?
I think you might have tanked scary movies pretty hard.
Pumpkin patch is B tier. Pumpkin carving is B tier. Pumpkin spice flavor as A tier. What about you, Hearn?
I'm going haunted houses S tier. Trick-or-treating, I'm going to say A tier. Halloween parties, I'd say C. I think we both said C for Halloween parties.
I think that's what we both said.
Scary movies, I'm going A. Love scary movies. Pumpkin patch, I'm going probably C. Probably.
Okay, yeah.
Pumpkin carving, I'll bump back up to B. And pumpkin spice, I'm going D.
For delicious.
For get that out of my face.
Get that out of my face.
No.
For did he do that?
Did he do that? Well, pal, I think there you have it. I think it's a great way to wrap up our Halloween-themed episodes. I know coming up soon,
next week,
most likely sooner rather than later, we're going to shift to some Christmas-themed episodes.
Oh, now where I thought you were going with this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the time we record an episode again, I will have Christmas decorations up. I'm not kidding you.
Same. Yep. Same.
Yes, sir! Let's go!
They will be going up on Wednesday.
This episode was all moot anyways because we're shifting to Christmas. This is just a gateway holiday.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else for us, pal?
I don't have anything specific.
Tell them where they can find us.
They can find us on Twitter, a.k.a. X, a.k.a. Twitter, at HeadacheSPod. You can find us on TikToks, at Headaches and Hot Takes. Share with a friend if you enjoyed the pod. Leave us a review on Spotify if you like us. That'd be really cool if you did. We appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Anything else from you, Hearn?
Yeah, my buddy. You see my buddy right here? This is my buddy Fugly. I don't know if he's...
I noticed him.
Fugly is dawning. He is presenting. He is the protector of the shark survival kit.
Thank God.
Now that he has embraced himself, he came out to say, bro, you can't... You got to tell the people.
Next
so
week,
because of Mr. Fugly, I think next week we're going to divulge in my...
Story.
Shark story.
Where you could use that kit. There you go. Yeah.
Wish I had it.
Next week.
All right, y'all.
Good day, baby.
Peace.